Hello, Capricorn. This is going to be a general reading, energy check-in for whatever placement you feel the need to check in on your Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, whatever you so feel like. Also, cross-watchers are more than welcome. If you're looking in on a Capricorn, want to know about a Capricorn, the idea here is to pull the highest and greatest energies for Capricorn and to understand what it looks like for them. Now, remember, not all readings are going to resonate with everybody. It is a general reading for a collective. So if you can find yourself somewhere in the reading, great. If not, then move on to another placement or a different reader. If this isn't your message, then that's okay too. So here we go. I am going to pull a past energy check-in, a current energy check-in, and a future energy check-in just to get a baseline, and then obviously there will be clarifiers, and we'll go from there. For those of you that don't know, this is Darkest Dawn Tarot. My name is Chelsea, and I do this sporadically, hopefully more consistently soon. I do it when I have time. But I'm here to help and to offer advice. Remember, tarot is simply the presence of choice, not the absence of it. All my cards are pre-shuffled, but I will shuffle in front of you. And beyond that, I would like you to do me a solid and like, share, subscribe, do all that good YouTube stuff, so that way I can grow this channel and hopefully do this more than just sporadically. So anyway, let's get into it. So we're going to look at past energies for Capricorn. For their highest past energies for Capricorn, please. Okay, one more. No, not one more. That was where we're at. Okay. Alright, give me 2 cards, please, for Capricorn's past energy. 2 cards, please. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we had little ones that wanted to make a glimpse. We had the Moon and the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, that's fun. But, Emperor and the 8 of Pentacles. Or, sorry, 8 of Pentacles. I'm already off to a rough start here. Emperor and the 8 of Cups. That's some interesting past energy. Okay, well, I'm going to leave those flippers in reverse. Or as they are, I should say. And we will find out present energies, please, for Capricorn. That's a very interesting combination there, Capricorn. Let's see what's going on. Present energy, but one fell on the floor. Oh, any more? Alright, I will grab that one. That's on the... Wow. Wow. Hold on, I know they're... I saw what the one that fell on the floor was. The Fool. Oh, the Fool. Okay, well, that was a lot that came out in your present energy. So we're obviously going to spend a lot more time on that than we are with the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. We're going to spend more time on that than we are in the past energies, but this past energies is very, very fascinating. You got 2 aces at the bottom of the deck, the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Okay. Let's hope I don't forget that. Wow. See, I wasn't sure what, because I haven't done a reading in so long. I wasn't sure what reading I was gonna, what sign I was gonna start with in order to do my little back into it kind of read. But the Capricorn I was outside meditating and Capricorn just kept coming to mind. So, all right, give me future energies, please, for Capricorn. All right, anything. All right. There's that moon and temperance. Okay, well, let's just organize all this. This came out sideways, so I'm going to take that as sideways. This is in my lap. And that definitely came out. Wow, you got a couple of kings. No, yeah, no wonder. Okay, this is bringing it all into perspective. Okay, so I need a bigger table already. Right. So, in your past energy, as I said, Emperor and the Eight of Cups. In your present energy, we have 5 cards here. We've got the Two of Swords, the Fool, the King of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the 5 of Cups. All there for you. In your future energies, we've got a sideways card, but I will grab that one in a minute. Sorry, I'm awkwardly scratching my shoulder over my over this weird mic setup. We've got the Knight of Cups, the King of Wands, the King of Swords in reverse, the Hermit, the Star, and the Four of Swords sideways. One of these days I'll get one of those fancy flip around cameras that all the fancy readers have, and then it'll make it a lot easier for you guys to see all this. But until then, we're doing it this way. Now, my initial instinct is to tell you that there's a level of I'm going to say stubbornness, for lack of a better term. There is a level of and maybe stubbornness isn't, no, that's not right. It's walking away from, and this is your past energies, what you're drawing from, and this could be like recent past, as in like 18 hours ago, or it could be 18 months ago, however it resonates for you. There is a level of power and control and authority that you are walking away from, or that you're being forced to let go of. One of the two. We'll wait till we see clarifiers on that one. And I feel like it's more of an imposed energy, like it's not something you chose to do. And the reason why I feel it's imposed is because I've got this Two of Swords here and this Fool in your present energies and the 5 of Cups. I feel like you're grieving a loss in a way of maybe possibly that Emperor energy, like where you felt you had control over whatever situation you were in, and now you're at the whim of someone else, and that's where that Fool comes in, or you're at the whim of something else, a different situation, a different but you're not afraid of it, and you're going into it headstrong and fast, and you're emotionally capable of dealing with it. So again, I want to get clarifiers, because like when the 5 of Cups shows up with the King of Cups, that is questionable. But I think it's just because your emotions are all over the place, because you can't see what's coming towards you or what you're going towards. You know you have to move forward, but you don't know how. You know that you have to keep putting one foot in front of the other, and that you have to trust, but this is uncharted territory for you. you've got the emotional strength to do it, but simultaneously, I feel like you are grieving this loss, whatever this past loss is. Or it's bringing up, oh yeah, that's, there it is. Or it's bringing up, because the moon and the temperance were under the bottom of the deck. The moon was one of the ones that flipped over, but didn't pop out at the beginning. It's bringing up some old feelings for you, maybe some fears, even. Moving into your future energies, however, I really like that you're and the reason why I feel confident in whatever this present energy is for you, that it's going to work out okay, is because you're moving forward with the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, heart on sleeve. And this King of Wands is all about passion, but then you've got the King of Swords in reverse. That to me is interesting. You got 3 kings on the table as you're letting go of an emperor. We're only missing 1 king. And so obviously your pentacles are intact because, you know, sometimes you have to see what's not here in order to be able to read what is here. And that being said, I probably just asked in the clarifiers for the King of Pentacles to come out in a way, but your kings are going into hermit mode, and I think that's what that is. I think that's what this past energy is the understanding that you're shifting into a different phase of life. But it's one where you don't need to feel obligated or responsible to other people anymore, because this is the thing with the kings. They carry a burden. They rule, they reign, they look out for everyone. And quite often, they're not taking care of themselves in the process because of their sense of obligation to, you know, their subjects, right? And the emperor is the king of all kings. So if this is literal, and some of you Capricorns feel like you are walking away from an emperor status, to quote unquote, then I like this King of Swords in reverse, because this means that you're finding your truth within yourself, especially paired with the Hermit. It's the only reverse card I have on the table here. And it's paired with the Star as well, and the Four of Swords. This is a rest card. This is a meditation card. This is a reprieve. I'm not worried about this 5 of Cups, because in your present energy, because of what I see in your future energy, I see this being a release. I see this being a letting go of obligation and responsibility that was, you might not be able to fully comprehend it right now or see it for what it is or how it's going to benefit you. But I do really enjoy this Hermit mode, Knight of Cups. This is like you bringing your cup back to yourself energy. Especially with that star. That star is so healing. You've got 2 healing cards in your future. Okay, I'm getting a couple storylines here. One's not super clear, so I'm going to go with the first. That is very soon, very shortly, you're going to be recognizing that you're moving into a very healing space. Like, there is a lot of cards of healing here, and it's possibly going to be letting go of, because like in just the way that I'm feeling this emperor right now, he's rigid. He's very rigid. He's got his armor on under his cloak. It's it's too heavy for a person to bear. But what happens is we get used to that weight. You know, like a weight trainer, like anyone that lifts energy, lifts energy. Anyone that lifts, well, I guess this is energy, so yeah. But anyone that lifts weights, you get used to it, and you just develop, and you get to a point where you can handle it. But that doesn't mean you should. I mean, that's not always the case, but you get what I'm saying as a metaphor. That just because we can bear a lot of weight does not mean we have to. The second storyline I'm getting now is that there's been a truth or an honesty or something like a okay, yeah, no, it's still not, that one's still not coming through properly. God, you got a lot of major arcana underneath that deck. Okay, I'm going to pull clarifiers because that storyline is not quite here yet. It's not present. But I feel like there's a letting go of a huge amount of responsibility. That much I can see here. Letting go of it in order to move into something that's healing and more fulfilling. If I get the Tower out here, or your Power card, I would say it would be a Dark Night of the Soul, but that hasn't happened yet. So I think this is more finding your guiding light and your healing purpose, but I know I'm missing something right now. I know I'm missing something. Okay. Okay, we'll throw a few clarifiers on. What am I missing? What's not here? Okay, let's put the pieces together. One more. Two more, I guess. Eight of Cups again. Yeah, there's definitely a leaving. Show me that Emperor and the Eight of Cups, please. Thank you. Anything else? Thank you. Two of Wands, King of Wands. Yeah, this is not. You've contemplated this and Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You've contemplated this exit, this abandonment. Abandonment's not really the right word. So I mean that in like a positive way. Like I mean like an abandoning a part of that yourself that's no longer serving you, not just generally up and running from something that is working. But no, but this with the Two of Wands and the King of Wands, this is, you've got drive. This is not just a universal or a spiritual intervention that's moving you through this. This is you choosing to live differently. Yeah, this is you choosing to live differently. You're not wanting that weight and that responsibility on you anymore. I mean, you could be like the sole provider in your home. You know, the one that brings in all the money. I'm not seeing any pentacles here. There's no pentacles here. But maybe you're the sole emotional support. I'm getting a lot of earth, like, I mean, you are an earth sign, so I'm getting a lot of earthly vibes, like a lot of pentacle vibes, despite the fact that this is all fire and air and water. So everything but you. I'm getting a lot of those vibes, but, yeah, sorry about that. It's a choice. This is a pass choice because I think your fire is kind of burning out a bit. Okay, show me present energy, please. Clarify present energy. Thank you. Ooh. God, more wands. 9 of wands. 3 of wands. Yeah, so we go from the 2 to the 3. 9 of swords. Ace of wands. Chariot. And 7 of wands. Holy hell, Capricorn. Five cards to clarify 5 cards. And at the bottom of the deck, 3 of swords. And hangman energy. Yeah. This is pent up. This past energy here that you want to walk away from, you might not have been able to walk away from, actually. You might not have been able to actually do it. You might still feel obligated to be in that role, that overseeing, ruling role, that the guy, the guy, the girl, the they, the them, that's got everything together, that has to keep everything together, this sense of obligation, but you want to leave it, and you want to leave it bad because you have other ideas. That's the thing, is it's not that you want to leave it out of neglect or anything negative. I just feel like it's worn, that role is worn on you. You're done with it. You want to try something new. Something that you actually feel passionate about, something that it's either something that you've thought about before and never thought you could do, but now you're realizing that it's totally possible, or it's something that you tried to do and you failed at before. Like it just didn't work out, like timing wasn't right, or you know, you didn't have enough energy to invest in it at the time. Again, there's no bloody pentacles here. You're firm on this. You're not going to let it fail you. This time, you've brought your emotions back around. You've healed your emotions back to it. You've gotten back to a space where you are, oh, give me an example here. Because you've been carrying this around with you for a long time. This idea, it's an idea. It feels like an idea. And I think this 5 of Cups is only that you've just been sad that you couldn't actually pursue it. But now I think you're emotionally strong enough. And I think if you have tried it and failed in the past, it really hurt you. It really hurt you. But you've taken time, you've rethought it. You're ready to, oh my goodness, you're ready to go back to it. I don't know if you can see this, but because of the glare, but this is the Ace of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the 3 of Swords at the bottom of the deck here. You're ready to actually emotionally invest in this again. But I think the last time you did, you got burnt. Whatever this is. But you've been praying on it and thinking about it and meditating on it. You've been kind of almost trapping yourself in your mind about it. But with this Chariot and this, like these 3 right here. These 3 right here. You know what you want. You 100% know what you want. You're calling it in. You're moving fast towards it, but it involves an investment of the heart, an emotional investment in some way. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time on that because I want to find out. But yeah, I feel like you've been burned by whatever this is in the past before, but you've gathered the strength. It's almost like it's almost really cute. It's almost like you went through all the emotions. Like you got hardened by it, and by it not working out the last time, and you turned into this, like, I don't know, I'm just noticing how curmudgeonly this emperor looks. And you just went, okay, well then I'm just gonna go with I'm just gonna do what I need to do in order to get through, and maybe one day I'll approach this again. And now that this fool's popped out here, like, you don't know how you're going to go about it again, but you've kind of rejuvenated yourself you've rejuvenated yourself. I mean, yes, you're still in your head and you're still planning and you're still thinking, but you're approaching it now with like a childlike, why I should stop using those words. It's not childlike. You're approaching it with a freshness. Let's call it that. Not the curmudgeon, but a freshness, like a different approach, a different angle. Like maybe the way that I was thinking about things before didn't work for me. Now I have to do things differently. Now I have to, okay, the last time I ended up, brokenhearted over it. This time I can do things differently. So plan A didn't work. Well, it feels to me like you've had a long time. With all these nines on the table, it feels like you've gone through a hell of a cycle. Maybe even several cycles, with this just spinning in the back of your mind. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. That's the other storyline. There it is. So this was a plan that came about a long time ago for you, a dream, a something, and it happened a long time ago. Like, we're talking, like, if you're 40 now, this was something that you were thinking about when you were 10. Maybe you tried it in your 20s, it didn't work. And then you're now 40, but you've spent the last 20 years thinking about it still. You've gone through the process. Yeah, and I just got chills when I said that. You've gone through the process. Maybe those ages aren't correct for you, but that's what I'm getting. You tried something, it didn't work, and then you were really upset about it, like really upset, to the point where you went, fuck it, I'm not going to deal with that ever again. I'm not going to try that. That was a failure. I'm going to go work my life, have my responsibilities, take care of myself, take care of my family, take care of whatever I need to, take care of my cats, take care of my pigeons, whatever you've got going on for you. And you just decided, nope, that dream is not possible. But it was still in the back of your mind. It was always still in the back of your mind while you were getting up every day, working the job that, wasn't that thing that you wanted to do, but it was still something. You were still, I'm not saying you weren't living a happy life. You were still living a happy life. You just weren't living what you actually wanted to be doing, that little dream. And I shouldn't be diminishing it, that dream that you had when you were 10 years old. You were still thinking about that. You were planning it. You were finding out, you were mapping out the blueprints. Like, I'm seeing blueprints in my mind as to like you were journaling about it. You were thinking about it, when you'd step outside for, a coffee and a cigarette or something on your lunch break or whatever. And at the job that you were doing that you're good at, but wasn't what that dream was. You were still, it was always still, it would pop up, you're changing your baby's diaper and all of a sudden, boom, there comes that idea of what you wanted to do again. That's what this feels like to me in your past. You have decided to walk away or create the space. Hey, there we go. There's some more chills. That's the Fool. And you've created the space emotionally for you to start thinking about this again. And that's that Chariot. My body is electric with chills right now. You've decided to create the mental space. That's why I'm not seeing any pentacles on the table here, is because you have decided to create the mental space, the emotional space for this thing to start existing again within you. Whatever this little idea was that you tried and failed and broke your heart, you're starting to look at it from a new perspective. And you're creating the space for that. And you're letting go of the burdens that got in the way of it the last time. You're realizing that this time you're older, you're wiser, you're smarter, you're more capable, and that it has never gone away. Oh, Capricorn, I am loving this fucking reading for you. Because this thing is deep. This thing is deep. Moon, Temperance, Empress, and the Chariot again. Holy fucking hell, why can't I? And the Page of Cups, and I saw the Page of Cups somewhere in here. Probably down here somewhere. Yep, there he is. This is a dream seed. If that is even a term, I think I'm going to make it one. A seed of a dream seed. It's comes from your heart space. Okay, I'm starting to get, oh God, we're at the half hour mark. Okay. All right, let's clarify these cards, because this is all just getting in my way. We go from the Page of Cups and all this clarifying to the Knight. Yeah, this and then there's your drive, there's your passion. Now, you got to be careful then. Now that we've got a storyline here, you've got to be careful then with this King of Swords in reverse. There's two ways that can go. One is that you're lying to yourself about this whole thing and about the ability that you have to be able to achieve it. But we know it's your star. And what does the Hermit have? A star. So, we know that this is a dream. Period. End of sentence. Four of Swords sideways. You are meditating on it. You are thinking about it. King of Wands, you've got the passion. Knight of Cups, you have the emotional drive. Okay. Which we saw. You've currently got the King of Cups. So there's some sort of emotional ebb and flow that's happening here, where you might need to stop dreaming about it and start acting on it. But just make sure you don't tell yourself false truths. And by that, I mean that you're not good enough, you're not capable, you're not enough. None of that negative shit. No. The second, this is where this Four of Swords is sideways comes in. I think I need to clarify this. Any negative thought, when it comes to this dream that you have, blast it out of your mind. Do the trick my mom always taught me. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Just say that 3 times over and focus on what you do have, what you are capable of. Somewhere along the way, you walked away from Empress power. I said Empress. I meant Emperor. Whatever. Gender's not specific. There is an Empress under the bottom of this deck. So here we go. You walked away from it for whatever reason. We all have reasons in life that we can't follow our dreams. But the energy seems to be very much changing. You just need, in my opinion, to make sure you don't let those negative thoughts allow it to be so. Allow to creep into the point where, you get what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. Because whatever this is a dream of yours. And it could be something really small. Like maybe I'm grandizing it and thinking that like you want to build a castle in Madagascar or something ridiculous, but like that. But and you probably could. I'm not saying you're not capable of that. I'm just saying that it could also be something very small in comparison to a castle in Madagascar. It could be being a hamster breeder in Surrey, BC. I don't know what your plans or thoughts are. I don't know what you're after in life. Whatever idea you had that you wanted to do that couldn't become a thing for whatever reason once upon a time could now become a thing, And here, just give me some for the outcome here, because I think I just, yeah, just like, oh. As I was saying, oh look, we got, a Page of Cups. Page of Cups. I feel the next time I read for you, this Page of Cups is actually going to start coming out. We got the Lovers and the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. We've got the Knight of Wands, Strength in reverse, unfortunately. And then we've got the Eight of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. Yeah. You are leaving behind something, and you're doubting yourself. You're doubting yourself, and this is why I was talking about that. But you're leaving behind that doubt. I'm going to pull something else, because Capricorn, I don't want to see you think yourself out of a situation. We finally have some pentacles on the table, and they're the pentacles of feeling alone. So maybe what you're trying to do, maybe what your idea is or your dream is, has not been, you've told people, but it hasn't been well received. You know, but that's okay. Just don't talk about it. Just do it. You know, like, you don't need other people's approval. Like, and when I say other people's, I mean, like, you don't need your friends and your family's approval to pursue your dream. What's your dream is your dream. You know, do you think some of the best minds in the world were everyone's best friend all the time? No. Like, I'm sure a lot of their friends thought they were absolutely insane. Now, as long as you're not hurting yourself or anyone else, if you have a goal and a dream, pursue it. And if other people don't think it's right, like I said, if you want to breed hamsters in Surrey, BC, then that's a really bad example. No one should do that. But you get my point, is that it looks like you are going to move fast towards this. You've got a lot of letting go to do in the process, but just don't cheat yourself out of a good thing. Because you got the Lovers here. You've got a choice. The Lovers over top of the Page of Cups. And this has come up so many times in this reading, so I'm just going to say it. That fish could be an illusion. It could just be his dream. We don't know if it's there or if it's not there. I mean, we have eyes, we can see that it's there, but to him, that's the metaphor. That's what's going on here, right? That's the concept of that card. So don't cheat yourself out of making a great choice for you because you're worried you're not going to fit in. Okay, I'm going to pull I'm going to shuffle these, and I'm going to pull outcome, and then I'm going to get on with my night here. I like this for you, Capricorn. I genuinely do. Like, I think you've got so much creativity here. Wands are creativity. Swords are creativity. Your only pentacles, which is you're the earth, is negative. And well, it's not necessarily negative, but it's not the most positive. But it's one step before the six, which is balance. So you obviously have some work to put in, and wands are work. Wands are drive. Swords are truth. Be careful what you tell yourself. Be mindful of your internal speak. And you got the Seven of Wands with the Chariot. You're moving forward to something, and you're standing your ground on it. You are. Because this is your star. This is your dream. Whatever it is. I don't know what it is for you. I can't, I'm just reading cards. I'm not reading your mind. Okay. Give me some outcome here. Thank you. The Sun. Anything else? Yeah. Queen of Wands, who creates her own reality, by the way. You have so many wands, and so many wands in this reading. Four of Wands beneath that, and Seven of Cups, which is any opportunity. It's all about choice. You're creating your own choice. And I know that it seems counterproductive because we're going from the Eight of Cups to the Seven of Cups for your advice, which is like going backwards. But and the High Priestess, follow your intuition, because really, the Sun. Your outcome message, the first card to fall out, the Sun. That's this thing here, this little naked baby situation on a horse with a banner, none of which makes sense as a visual object, but it represents being open and vulnerable and true and exposed to the innocence of life and the potential that is available to you. The Sun. Let it be, Capricorn. Let go of what you need. You've had the Eight of Cups. I've seen it 3 times in this reading. That is walking away from what no longer serves you. And then also underneath all this stuff is the Ten of Swords. Like, this is, you're putting something to bed for real. And you're trying something new. And I applaud you on that. You've got so many ideas, but I think you doubt yourself. I think you do. And you need to get out of that, because I saw the Nine of Swords over here too. So it's one thing to sit up all night journaling about your really cool ideas and how you're going to make it work. It's another thing to lie to yourself about how you can't make that happen. Because that's just fear. Try it again, because it looks like you tried and you had to let go of it. But that's in the past. Energies are different now. Time is changing. Things are changing. You just need to... Time is changing was a stupid thing to say, but you get my point. Times are different is what I meant to say. And therefore your opportunities are, because timing is everything. That was where I was going with that. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that for me. Anywho, before I go on too long with this, I'm really excited for your next reading, Capricorn, because this is beautiful. This is a lot of energy, like a lot of energy. And it's all very positive. There's a lot of drive here. And faith. You feel it. So follow your intuition. Do what's best for you. And don't be so hard on yourself. One foot in front of the other. You got this. Okay. Love you. Bye.